What up, though, Pride Nation? We are back at it again, as always, every Tuesday, every Thursday, 8 p.m., talking about who, what, your Detroit Lions. This is the Detroit.Sports.Alliance. I'm your host, Luke G, and we will be doing some I'm gonna call it a relax Thursday. That's what I'm gonna call it. We got a nice little panel for you today. I'm very excited to be talking some sports with these good gentlemen. First up, we have, in my honest opinion, probably the hardest working man ever, Mr. Jim Bordeau. What's going on, Jim?
Hey, what's up? I'm just looking forward to having a fun talk with you guys tonight about our Detroit Lions and the changes that have happened and what we expect. It's going to be a lot of fun tonight. I'm glad that you guys are rocking with us tonight.
And then we have, the big homie, the heart of the city, 313 J-Mo. What it do?
What's good? What's good? Shout out to all the Lions fans in the chat. Thanks for showing up. Let's get it started.
For sure. And then last but certainly not least, we have the man, the myth, the legend. Yes, I did it like that. Mr. SpeakEZ from the SpeakEZ Podcast himself. What's going on, Easy?
What up, though? And thank you for having me again, man. I'm happy to be here. I'm always happy to join the DSA, man.
Man, listen. Talking some sports is the best thing you can do. It's a good way to relieve some stress. We got quite a few people in the chat. You can call me Funk. We got Troy. We got Buffed Up, Mars Landon, the great one, Mike. We got Jordan Cartwright who says, Luke G, what up? What up, though, bro? Wheezy D313. He says, appreciate y'all DSA boys for going strong because we all crazy as hell. Salute. Hey, I hear it so much, man. I accept that.
Hey, all I'm gonna say is we went 3-12 last year, so we used to this. Like we had to go strong through them L's.
Hey,
so.
Cool, man.
Buffed Up says garbage Lions timing, living in fantasy. Let's go. Hey, I ain't mad. Sports on the Run. Let's go. I am subscribed to his channel. I do check out his videos. Y'all should do the same, please. So make sure you check out Sports on the Run. So he said, let's go. Man, our residential Packer, but supporter of the DSA and me, Mr. Old Timer Dave. Salute to you, sir. We got Gary in the building. Don 19, Izzy 777. We got who else? Brian in the building, J-Mo's in the building. So listen, let's get right into this, people, because we got a lot to cover in a short period of time. I'm finna sneeze. Hold on.
God bless. God bless.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Hey, I knew that thing was coming, man. You could feel it. It was in my spirit. Right out the gate, people. Y'all, we got to talk about this. And the first question is, with Patricia out, there are reports that are now coming out that the current Detroit Lion quarterback Matthew Stafford took issue with Matt Patricia's styling of coaching and the way he talked down the players. Wow, what are your thoughts about that? And I'm starting off with you, J-Mo, because you're the Stafford defense attorney. What are your thoughts about this? that it now comes out that Stafford did not like his coaching style or how he talked to players?
I'm not surprised. I know, like, we swept it under the rug and things, but that whole Slay situation, and you heard me talk, I was not – if I had known that he had said that to Slay earlier, I would have been head of the Fire Matt Patricia fan club. Look, in the football room, disrespectful things are always said. I mean, we hear Bruce Arians is ripping people apart. But when you don't have any pedigree, you don't have any resume as a head coach, you can't come in there talking to players the way he talked to Slay. And I'm sure Slay was just the first one probably that day that he went in on. And I'm not surprised that it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, not just Stafford. But I am surprised that all of these reports are coming out because when Schwartz and Caldwell left, you didn't really hear nothing like this. But now that Patricia left, Stafford like, yeah, drop them reports. Let it be known. Like, I ain't rock with this dude. But to me, it just shows bad leadership from Patricia, honestly. And that's why he's not here.
Okay. Now, Buffed Up says, Luke, how's that PS5? The controller alone is worth the money. The controller on the PS5 alone is worth the money. It is everything they advertised and then some. I'm amazed. I mean, playing Call of Duty, different guns that you fire feel different. So just it's worth a buy. If you're trying to find one, don't give up. Stay with it. It's worth the hunt. Trust me.
Are they paying you, Luke?
Listen, I wish they was, but I was genuinely happy to get one. They, as you know, it's hard to find them. But the thing is, that controller, I swear to God, this controller is amazing. Like, the system is amazing, but that controller, to me, it sells that system by itself. It's like putting the most beautifulest rims on the perfect car. It's amazing to me. So let's get into it though. Jim, what are your thoughts? I mean, obviously Stafford comes out, or the reports are the rumor that Stafford did not like Matt Patricia's coaching style or the way he talked down to players. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm not sure about it, to be quite honest. People know what they know on the inside, maybe, or whatever. Stafford's never going to tell you, so we don't really know. But when he was in that press conference, man, he looked all sorts of upset. You know what I'm saying? He looked like he was blaming himself, stuff like that. It almost looked like he didn't want them to go, and he almost said that as much, which is kind of weird. If you don't like the guy, why would you not want him to go? It was a strange situation. I mean, I fully expected him to look like really, really happy. You know what I mean? But he didn't. He looked depressed.
Yeah, but this is what rebuild what for him?
That's true too. That's true too.
Like I'd be mad too. Like, oh my God, not this again. You know what I mean? Like,
that could be that.
You know. But it is what it is, man. He said Luke rubbing that PS5 in our face. Hey, thank Mrs. Luke. Mrs. Luke, she was riding down for me to find that. So hey,
that's what's up. That's a real one.
Easy. What are your thoughts about this? You know, with the idea that Stafford didn't like Patricia's coaching style or his the way he talked down the players. What are your thoughts on it?
I'm being in the middle of talking. Luke's gonna be flicking the PS5 controller.
That's
my PS5. The haptic back control. Yes, that's my PS5.
Yeah, I'm just saying that controller. That's another story. But go ahead.
I heard you said Stafford looked depressed, and is like, I guess not his exit meeting. It's not the end of the season, but I think it's because of what Luke said, man. This is the fourth rebuild, man. This is the third guy, fourth guy. Actually, he had to see go, and being quarterback, you're kind of held responsible for a lot of things that happens with the team, and I'm sure he feels responsible for 4 separate men that like lost their jobs, and he got to know them over the years and stuff like that. You meet their kids, they meet your kids, and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's definitely an awkward feeling in general. Like even when your friends get fired or coworkers, it's always like, well, fuck, man, I still got to work here. So I mean. But it's like, oh, sorry, man. But you know what I'm saying? You still gotta get your paycheck, you know what I'm saying? So you still gotta be nice to the boss and shit like that. But that Stafford had issues with Patricia talking down on players, man. It bothers me that he had to suppress that for like 3 years, man. If 3 years, if you're not like used to the coaching style at that point, like it's just not working. And like the fact that's been, if that's the case, it's been a known issue for the entire team. I remember talking to Darius when we had Darius Slay on, and he straight up said like he don't respect him as a man. Like that's a whole other like level of just like
right,
like you know what I'm saying. And you, I don't know, man. You can't be talking down on players like that. They all make more money than you too. So I forget you have to go at these guys the right way. You know, like you can't talk down to someone who's literally richer than you. You know?
Yeah. I mean, now shout out to Miss Valerie. Miss Valerie's in the building. She says, "What up, DSA? What's going on to you?" And Detroit Drew is also in the building.
What's good, man?
So shout out to you too, Drew. Drew said, "Can Mrs. Luke hook? Mrs. Luke, can you hook a Drew up?" Wait a minute, I gotta get this on the screen. It moved up on me. Can you hook a Drew up, man? Listen,
hook a Drew up.
Bro, she did that thing. Now I'm gonna go back because there was a few comments and they jumped out to me, and it was exactly how I felt. And let me go back, starting with this one. Okay. Starting with this one. This one comes from Buffed Up. And to me, this is exactly how I felt. Where he says, Stafford's soft. He should have established his dominance over Matty P. And then Weezy comes behind and says, that just made me mad. Stafford's a punk, bro. Should have been spoke up. And then we're going to go down one more to Jordan Cartwright, who says, should Stafford have been more vocal about Patricia being a buzz? I think so. And this is where I took my stance on it. I don't want to hear about you being upset now. I don't want to hear about you not liking his coaching style or him talking down to players. Where were you? Like, this is your chance. This is the one thing that every Stafford hater puts off on Stafford, and that's the fact that he's not as much of a leader as they want. He's not like Aaron Rodgers purposely threw the ball away to get Mike McCarthy up out of here. He was changing plays because he was like, bruh, that's stupid. I'm not calling your play. Like, that's how bad it was for him. He openly admitted, like, yeah, I changed plays. If I don't like what you call, I'm changing it. So it's just that simple. And with Stafford, you're not seeing that. So the fact that these reports and rumors are coming out, they upset me because it's like, bruh, where was that energy at 3 seasons? You should have been on that same tip that JJ Watt took, where JJ Watt flat out was like, nope, I'm not with this. And it's frustrating to me. It's very frustrating because I understand about being a corporate person, but what about like the fact that he took a knee? They made this whole thing about him taking a knee on Thanksgiving, and they was like, oh, he said I ride with my brothers and these are good people and things like that. And I'm thinking to myself, where was that ride at to get these coaches up out of here? After the first season, you should have been like, bruh, if y'all keep him, trade me. You got to put pressure on Pipes. And it disappointed me that he didn't. Now, the general review says, Luke, that PS5 or that snowblower, that's a real hard one, bro, because I've been waiting for this guy. That's a grown man. Bro, I've been waiting for this snowblower. Man, listen, that last winter killed my snowblower. Like, I'm talking about like Jason Tate Manhattan killed the snowblower. So when I got this big boy, I was like, yo, I'm ready for the snow. And when they said it was going to snow, I was all crunk, and it was like less than an inch. And I was like, word, that's how we feel. So, yeah, I mean, but overall, bro, that's a hard one for me. That's hard. That's really a hard one. Let's get to that next topic though, because like I said, I want to make sure we cover everything, and we do got a lot to cover. So there are reports that are already coming out from the Detroit Lions training facility that under Darrell Bevell and Patricia, you can clearly see a difference in their practicing styles. They said that Darrell Bevell has music blasting from the baby, and players are dancing and having fun and smiling and getting loose. Whereas under Patricia, that wasn't an atmosphere. It was like, come in there and do your job and get it over. And so my question is, starting off with you, Jim, is what are your thoughts on this news that the practice atmosphere is different, the players' response is different? What are your thoughts about that?
I think it's true. I absolutely think it's true. I think Matt Patricia was more of the disciplinarian type, and I think that Darrell Bevell's not that type of coach. And I think that that's a big, huge relief in the building. And I think that they're out there and probably having more fun right now. The only thing that bothered me is I didn't see Kenny Galladay get out of the wheelchair yet, so I'm not sure about that.
Listen, I think it was to J-Mo. I was talking to him about this and I was like, "Dog, you think Kenny out here faking some injuries?" like, I mean, if I was him, I would. Like, seriously, I'm just saying. I don't know. What are your thoughts on it, Easy? I mean, the rumor is that there's clearly a huge difference between the practice atmosphere and feel under Darrell Bevell versus Matt Patricia. What are your thoughts about it?
I mean, I definitely believe that. I believe also, though, it may be overblown out of proportion a little bit because we're at a point in the season we don't have much to lose. I mean, Darrell Bevell included. So it's probably a lot laid back environment right now. A lot of those guys, on top of the relief of just not having a total Terry unlike Patricia there. One statement though I did want to make on the previous topic, and I apologize for bringing it up, but you made a good point about Stafford and the leadership. I want to say, like, that's not the type of leadership I want to bring into a fourth restart. After hearing that perspective, it makes me nervous. But right. But yeah, I definitely believe they're all laid back there though.
Yeah, I mean, they like people are dancing in practice. like I just find it intriguing. Yeah, I just find it intriguing. I mean, what are your thoughts about this, J-Mo? I mean, it's clearly like every writer who went to this practice that saw it was like they look different. Like you could tell it's like a weight lifted off their shoulder. You can tell that that it's a different atmosphere. What are your thoughts about that? I'm
gonna go out on a limb. And I just think, y'all gonna call me crazy with this, but Darrell Bevell is just a better coach than Matt Patricia, and he ain't never done it before. because it's not that hard to live up to the bar when it's set so low. And when you look at what happened with, I'm serious. I think Bevel is going to get a coaching job somewhere, and his team going to be better than the Lions were. I'm not saying they're going to be a Super Bowl. I bet you they be better than us. That's what I'm saying. I think Bevel, like a lot of these guys, they just waiting for their opportunity. Bevel got a small one way back, but I think he's making the atmosphere similar to his former coach, Pete Carroll in Seattle. That's the entire atmosphere in Seattle. Of course, Pete Carroll is the apex, the cream of the crop when it comes to running a football team in that way. And it's not just as simple as I'm making it, but Pete Carroll had that atmosphere where you can just be playing music and it's relaxation and it's about football and it's about fun. And that's what Darrell Bevell was trying to establish: relaxation, fun, focus, and football. And that's how we always should have been. I mean, Caldwell had a laid-back type team as well. Sometimes that just works for some teams. Doesn't work for every team, but sometimes it works. I actually love what I'm hearing. I think the reporters are talking about this because they probably literally see a change in everything that's visual, and you can just pick up on things. And I'm pretty sure they see it, and I'm not surprised at all. Darrell Bevell I think he knows how he can run this team, and he'll get another opportunity, man. And I'm interested to see what he does with that. Not here though.
I really got to figure out this right here because Valerie always come with these things, and I catch them and I be laughing, but I want to make sure I'm on page. She said Bevel taking that Sydney Lauper approach. What? Explain.
What?
Girls just want to have fun.
Just going at the time, man. The time. I'm just saying, right? Like.
No, she's referring to girls just want to have fun.
Oh
the
my
fun
God.
Part of
right.
Man, like you gotta remember, Darrell Bevell knows this is his shot, and he's already said it multiple times. So I think he's gonna try his hardest to make the team as best as he can make it. And
now, yes, I do rock with Sydney Lauper. I think she's a very good singer. I enjoy her music. Don't you judge me, all right? But one Pride 40 says it scares me, and it does me too. One of the reasons I did not want Patricia fired until the end of the season was because I didn't want to leave any room for there to be an opportunity for Darrell Bevell to keep that job. Now, there are some things I think could happen that make them at least consider it, but I also think they also got to look at the previous things, and that's going to be a hard question to ask, which is, what was the real issues here with this? But the fact that he came out with this approach to change the atmosphere in its entirety off rip was huge, because if the tensions were already high, people was already like, oh God, I'm so stressed out. And now that the Wicked Witch of the West has now been dead and doused in water, this is a good move by him to start it off. And so to me, this would be an ideal situation, but it scares me because if this then turns into them people playing for him or them rattling off wins, or hell, just beat the Bears. Something we ain't did in like a while now, but if this rattles off to that, it makes me wonder just how bad it makes me wonder how bad it is.
You remember earlier in the season, my point was, Patricia, I just need you to stand in the corner and stay out of our way while we win this game. And I really think it's been like that, but Patricia has not been staying in the corner. Because I feel like every game that we won, Patricia stood over there in the corner and Stafford saved his ass. So maybe now that he's gone, they're like, wow, we can be a regular team again.
I mean, it's amazing to me because I've been in the workforce before, and I've had some terrible people who I don't know how they got leadership jobs. And when they was gone, I mean, even I was ready to dance. I think I Michael Jackson moonwalk, started pop locking and everything. Like I was like, yes, they fired him. Oh, he fired? Like I was like, cool. Gary says it's a balancing act. You have to have fun, but also believe you have to be serious about your job as well. And I do agree. Angelo says maybe if we get Robert Saleh, we will do a backflip after every win. That dude got a lot of energy and is freaking intense. So I think that the players will want to play for him. And like I said, if anybody that you bring in that can bring in free agent talent, I'm all for it. If Bevell does well, I'm afraid he will be our new head coach. Yeah, I can understand that fear, but I think that anybody with common sense can look at his play calling and still say, nope, What if they go out and blow out the Bears?
Laughing at it.
Because what's going to happen is this: if they blow out the Bears, it's going to be downplayed. People are going to say that, the Bears is on the downside anyway, and blah 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 blah. And right now, the Bears fan base want Matt Nagy gone. I'm like, dang.
Yeah, if he lose to us, he gone.
Yeah, he's in trouble.
I mean, but he went 11-5 and 8-8, and they like he gotta go. And I'm like, he inherited Mitchell Trubisky from Fox, who did the most ridiculous trade with that general manager. Like, I'm just saying. Curious to see if they can be the close to the team I said they could be week 1. Remember, I said they weren't a team to overlook. A lot of people believe that, but I believe as long as that other guy was the head coach, we was to overlook us every week. That's how I felt. All right, let's see. Let's go to this next question because, like I said, I want to make sure that I keep this show going. This one I had to put on here because it was too freaking funny. It is rumored that Matt Patricia has a burner account on Twitter. Okay, people, this is funny to me because I'm trying to figure out how in the hell somebody figured this out. Now, what they're saying is it's a very suspicious account that was inactive for years. Like they're talking like 2004, haven't posted a message like that long, right? But all of a sudden, Matt Patricia gets fired and people are saying things, and this account on Twitter is defending the hell out of Matt Patricia. So one comment says, no one is going to miss Patricia. The players aren't going to miss him. The fans aren't going to miss him. He was awful. And the person who is in here as Eddie P says the only awful thing was coaching Patricia hitching his wagon to an organization like the Detroit Lions. Then someone says the better question would be why shredded by Bordeaux and the AFC CG and shredded by foes in Super Bowl need to go back to rocket scientists. And this Eddie P account says, laughing out loud, Coach Patricia accomplished more than you ever have or ever will. If the Lions organization had to listen to him, everything would have been different. I'm gonna give you one more post. It says, I'm 100% convinced this is Matt Patricia's burner account. Didn't post anything for a long time, and then all of a sudden here it comes after being fired. This is intriguing. And so he replies, don't worry about who this is. Just make sure when you talk, you're speaking on the facts from that standpoint. People, we're gonna start this off with you, Easy. What are your thoughts about this projected idea that Matt Patricia has a burner account? Like this is like a thing, bro. Like he's like every comment, every player, he's commented on everything. Full-fledged frontal assault on defending Matt Patricia.
First and foremost, kudos to you and shout out to you for being a good host and give us some context with the stuff he was saying, because that definitely changed my opinion, man. That sounds like some stuff Matt Patricia would say, man. That's crazy. the funny part too, man. He looked like a Cheeto eating ass motherfucker that would be on a burner account. Like he looked like a burner account for real. He looks the part, man.
He's like a burner account.
I mean, dude, like this. It's so many comments on here, bro. Like this one right here. Interesting. Why so? I'm kind of curious on where you think Bob Quin may have failed. I have a lot of respect for both Bob Quin and Matt Patricia and what they did to try to help change Detroit. What do you think Matt P would have done differently? Using a first-round pick on a tight end is the biggest gripe. There were other players that could have helped, such as a D-line Ed Oliver, who would have played very well in Patricia's scheme. This is the guy responding to everybody. Somebody
you trying to upset me, Luke?
Listen, I'm being serious. I'm being serious.
Man just said about TJ Hawk. Don't get me started.
So Lions Brawl. Shout out to him. I am one of their followers on Twitter. He put, I want Stafford back. And because there was a comment from Dave Burkett that said Matthew Stafford from Detroit. I'll figure that out and talk about that later on. And he responded, Lions would be better off moving on from Stafford if he is uncoachable. J-Mo.
Whoa.
I got so much.
Man.
I got so much. J-Mo. Apparently, there's a lot of belief from people that this is Matt Patricia's burner account. What are your thoughts on this?
I'm gonna tell you something. If it's not his burner account, it's somebody very close to him. So
It has to. Yeah.
Like, this isn't coming from, some random Matt Patricia stand. It's either him or his family or one of his family members or one of his close friends. It has to be, because I'm just looking at what's being said, and what's being said, it seems like it's coming from a perspective only of someone who would know. You know what I'm saying? And I'm speechless. I'm sorry. That TJ Hawkinson thing and bringing up Ed Oliver, really grinds my freaking gears that TJ Hawkinson about to be all pro, and y'all wish we had Brian Byrne. But
I'm gonna
focus on the topic.
Listen, no ranting.
I'm gonna focus like every time, man. But
no ranting.
That Patricia he has something out there. If that's not him, that's somebody who knows him or is very close to him. You can't get me to believe anything different.
Jim, what are your thoughts? I mean, apparently this is a burner account. I'm just giving it to you, all the different little comments. Like this one right here says, somewhere Matt Patricia is grinning. Darius Slay failed to tackle DK Metcalf. Then a few minutes later, he got called for unsportsmanlike conduct. And it says, surprise, Coach Patricia was right. If the Lions organization and players listened to him, then everything would be different. He had the background. He had the background and the history to show it. Jim, this is being reported. Surprisingly, this is being reported by the Detroit Metro Times, and a few other sources have reported the same thing, that they believe that this is a real burner account for Matt Patricia. What are your thoughts on that?
It's fake. There's an article on Deadspin that says it's 20-year-old Los Angeles Rams fan named Dylan Cardwell is the mastermind behind the fake burner account.
Yeah,
there's other people that say it's fake too, but I like Devin99's comment. It can't be Matt Patricia because he doesn't say it from that standpoint all the time, or from this standpoint all the time.
See, when
he said that in like every press conference, everything he's ever said.
Listen, when I first read it, I thought Detroit said Luke is old news. When I first read it, I just went, a burner account? Like, what the hell? And I just thought, like, it's no way that he got time for this. Like, I think he patty, but this is a whole new level of patty.
Mm-hmm.
And I just couldn't do nothing but laugh at it, because I was like, yo, could he really do this? But what are y'all thoughts? Like, if he did have a burner account and he was doing this, or even if the guy that came out and said it though, and said that, look, that this is nothing more than a burner account. Prank. All I say is this. This is how I look at it. To me, even if the news is old and it's a fake account, my thing is this: when you are the things that I looked at was, one, would he be petty enough to do a burner account? And two, old news or not, it's still funny as hell that somebody is like coming up with all these excuses to defend this man. Like, I just don't see how there is no defense for you to have the same record as the entire NFC East. There is no defense for this. I'm not. I'm not buying.
I'm just, even if it isn't his account and not related to somebody, I just feel like, I don't know, it's still got to be something up with it. Even the guy Eddie P or whoever it was, it got to be something up with it. But man, like I said, Matt Patricia need a burner account. You need to be defending yourself, because you done, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that dude live in the building. What's going on, bro? Go ahead, Easy.
Jimbo, who was after we did the Darius Slay interview, you came on and someone kept commenting defending Patricia on our thing too. Do you remember who it was? I'm trying to remember. I'm thinking, I'm like, bro, this dude's crazy.
I was about to say, I don't.
He's like real.
I don't even remember.
Yeah, man. I was like,
it's always
really people out there defending him though, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I enjoy talking about anything that's fun. So listen, I see Dr. Detroit's like, listen, read the article. I did. I thought it was funny.
No, it's definitely funny.
I thought it was funny. I enjoy.
He looks the part.
Listen, it's funny. Listen, so I thought I'll put it out there because it's something that I don't think everybody got a chance to see. It is something to talk about. So listen. Kill me if you want to. It's funny as hell. So this is a question that was sent to me by a subscriber, and I was like, okay, I'll add it. And that question is: do you think Matt Patricia was holding Darrell Bevell back in terms of like his play calling, in terms of his ability to call the game plan the way he wants to? Starting off with you, Jim, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think that Darrell Bevell was held back by Matt Patricia?
I do believe that.
Really? Okay.
Yep. Because Patricia likes a conservative game plan because he likes to control the clock and he likes to have his defense out there less and less and less. Well, obviously they suck, but his whole thing has been the whole time ball control on offense. So the defense can get more rest and everything goes hand in hand. And it didn't work, but I understand the premise. So I think that the handcuffs are going to come off. I think we'll see a little bit more down the field throwing from Matthew Stafford. I think it's going to be a little more up tempo than it was. So yeah, I think there's going to be changes. I do.
Okay. Easy. What do you think, man? Do you think that Matt Patricia was holding Darrell Bevell back?
I think to a certain standpoint, right? Like there's certain plays or like things that Bevell may have wanted to do that he felt maybe insecure himself in bringing up to Patricia because he's such a, like I said earlier, like a totalitarian. It's like to be in control of everything. But other thing too, though, I think it's going to look like that either way to us because, like I said, everyone's kind of hanging loose. We got nothing to lose here. We're out there having fun. It's a division game. We really want to beat these guys. We haven't beat them in a while. So like it's going to look like that either way. But I definitely believe that he was held back a little bit. Yeah.
I do like that dude's live way of thinking. I think we'll find out this Sunday. I mean, that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
What say you, J Moot? I'm tired, bro. I'm tired, bro. I'm sorry. J-Mo, what say you? Do you think that Matt Patricia was holding Darrell Bevell back? A fan wanted to ask this question because, and I think it was you who posted this on our Twitter, where somebody else had made a tweet talking about how he was held back and trying to force the hand on the run when the other things were basically Bevell wanted to call other things and was told no, run the ball. So what are your thoughts?
If you're gonna sit up here and tell me it was Darrell Bevell's idea against the Minnesota Vikings to throw the ball to Danny Amendola like he's prime Megatron, we gonna have a talk. Like it was sometimes the game plan, you were just like, what is going on here? The game plan for Carolina, I mean, we've been criticizing Darrell Bevell a lot this year, and it's warranted, but what is going on here? And it just seemed like some games it would feel like the offense was free, like the Washington game. Obviously Swift plays a part, and in some games it would feel like the offense is extremely handcuffed, and throughout game it would feel like why was the play calling all of a sudden changing? We would get these leads with this great, competent play calling, up 14, up 10, up 17, and we would get these leads, everything will look good, and then all of a sudden the wheels will fall off because Matt Patricia is conservative. He did it versus the Arizona the first time. Very, very conservative. Whenever we get a lead, Matt Patricia is like, now dial it back and just run the ball. Yeah, with a 36-year-old AP. And I do think we're going to see a resurgence. I think the offense is going to look completely different. I think it's going to look closer to the trick plays we've been seeing the last couple of weeks. Like Darrell Bevell has some wrinkles and he's trying to prove himself as a head coach. So I think he's going to pull out all the stops. It's definitely, I think it's going to be a huge difference. I really do.
Okay, now I'm going to probably be the black sheep on this, and it's all good because the reality is I don't think he held him back at all. I think Darrell Bevell was allowed to call his own game plan. And while I know that there's a difference when you're the head man in charge and stuff like that, I think overall they discussed the game plan and he was told I want to see this and this. And then he called his own game plan. And at that point, no. And so to me, I'm not going to say that Matt Patricia held him back. I just don't buy it. I don't believe that to be the case, because if Matt Patricia was holding you back, I wouldn't have been seeing more stretch plays, and I wouldn't have been seeing zone running with Adrian Peterson. So, these are things that he was doing. And so to me, no, he was not held back by Matt Patricia at the head coach position. Devin99 says, Luke G Field Review, can you answer this question? Why is it hard for people to agree with me on if Bevel goes and gets 4 or 5 wins, he should stay the head coach? All right, here's the most simplest answer for that, Mr. Devin99. That is the most Lion-esque move that they can make. And what that means is there are other candidates that are more qualified in terms of taking over the reins of this team and surviving it than you just saying, oh, a guy won 4 or 5 games, so he got to be the answer. That body of work is not enough to sustain him being the head coach. So if it's a guy, let's say, for example, like J-Mo like to always point out, look at all these injuries over there in San Francisco, yet that defense still balling. How? That's an impressive feat. Now, if he does that in 5 games, that's great. That guy did it in like 2 seasons. Like, he's been having injuries and still making his defense work. If you go over and you look at the offense in terms of Kansas City with Eric Bieniemy, a guy I don't want, but if you look at him and compare him into comparisons to what you're seeing from a guy like Bevel, the play calling is significantly less innovative under Darrell Bevel. So to me, if he wins 4 or 5 games, great. He still got to go. You gotta clean the slate, not to rebuild but to renovate.
Man, if he wins 5 games with this schedule, like, I'm gonna be upset because I ain't gonna know what to do.
But
like, these are games that even if we had competent coaching, like, a couple of these games we should lose, like, just cause of matchups and stuff. If he beats these teams with what we got, to me, that's what more impressive than anything Matt Patricia's done. But
the bar so low.
Yeah, it's a right. Say it again, easy. Say it louder.
the bar so low that we're gonna be that damn happy too if he does it. But this is like,
I don't know. Like, we never beat the Titans. They have playoff team.
But he's right.
Bucks playoff team.
Right.
Packers playoff team. We beat 3 playoff teams.
It doesn't matter. That's still a low bar. It's only 5 games. I mean, at this point, most of those teams would be trying to get ready and have solidified their spots for the playoffs. We're trying to get in. So
maybe a quarter out of those teams. The rest of those teams is like, to me, I deal in wins and losses, man. If the man is winning, you can always build off of that.
It'll help his case, but it's not a surefire thing for me though. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a quarter size of a season. You know what I'm saying? That's not even like I get that the teams are hot.
Y'all say Tom that Brady. Now. Let the Lions go on a 5-game winning streak. Y'all gonna be like, yo, look at what that.
You know what? It depends on
hold on. Hear him out. Now, you know I ain't finna do that, J-Mo.
Nah, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about everybody else. Y'all gonna be like, yo, like, let us go to the playoff game and win. Y'all gonna lose y'all damn mind. And I'm not saying it's gonna happen, yo. I don't think we're going 5-0. That's not gonna happen. I'm just saying, if it did, y'all lose y'all damn minds.
Okay, go ahead. Easy, finish that thought, man. I want to hear what you say. I want to see where you're going with this.
Man, I don't even remember, for real. But it's just not gonna happen. It's way out of the realm. If you win a playoff game, for sure. But that's not gonna happen. And it depends how they. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Depends how they beat these teams, man. If they're like nice, like convincing wins, yeah, I'll be more susceptible to like wanting him as the head coach or something like that. But like if they're like Atlanta Falcons wins or like just nasty football games, like you gotta blow me out the water if you want me to feel some type of way.
I mean, listen, it's funny that we went there. It's funny that we went there because that brings us to the next question. Because when he asked me that question, I thought interesting, and it got us there. Starting off with you, J-Mo, what must Darrell Bevel do to keep this Lions head coaching job the remainder of the season?
So I've been trying. I did a little bit of calculations today. If the Lord loves us and a miracle happens and we make the playoffs, we probably be playing Seattle. Because usually I think the first seed to get a bye, that'd probably be the Saints, and the second seed will probably be the Seahawks or the Packers. I'm thinking. So, and that seed will play the 7th where we would be at. And if Darrell Bevel beats the Packers or Seattle on the road, he definitely can stay. Because I don't think those are winnable games. Even if we made the playoff, those are like what I would call like the games that are like an uphill battle. You know what I'm saying? Or that team could even be the Saints, fully loaded. To me, that would be huge.
Okay.
And after not just that though, after that though, like if he beats them in the next game, we get blown out by 30. You know what I'm saying? Like the next playoff game, if he wins, it has to be a competitive. Like, you know, you can't just get lucky one time. That's what I'm saying. It had looked like we actually are a good football team.
Okay. Let me answer this question from Marcus Willis really quick, which he says, what do you think of Dungy as our GM and Salah as head coach? I think Dungy enjoys his family too much and likes the fact of having a schedule that he can keep that keeps him around his family. And so at this point, I do not want Tony Dungy as a general manager, because if Tony Dungy wanted a general manager position, he would have had that a long time ago. I don't think he's interested. And if he was, I'm not interested, because I need somebody that is a little bit different, and so sometimes you got to get somebody that can bring something to the table different. So I got a few other candidates that I would prefer over him, and that's why. Jim, what are your thoughts, man? What must Darrell Bevell do to keep his job as the head coach of the Detroit Lions?
There's nothing he can do. Absolutely nothing. Matter of fact,
Jim, wait.
Yeah, that one loaded and ready to go.
Wait, I know, man. Listen, Jim. Wait,
not a damn thing.
Jim, you said there's nothing he can do. Nothing.
No, because they're going to hire a GM. The GM is going to hire the person that they want as the head coach moving forward. Bevel has no chance whatsoever.
Wow, Jim. Jim killed them. Jim said nothing. There's nothing. Okay. Easy. What can Darrell Bevell do to keep his job as the Detroit Lions head coach?
Man, I'm gonna hate to do it, but I'm gonna have to echo Jim on that one, man. It's whoever's up to this next GM, they come through it, and like it's just too small of a sample size for me, man. For me to be we had him and we seen what he's been doing so far. If he's held back, whatever, we don't know the answer to that, and he hasn't been impressive so far. If he goes 4 games sample size and it goes crazy, like we seen enough of him to know like that ain't him, in my opinion. But maybe we never know.
Listen, because I was going to take the same standpoint as Jim, but then I thought to myself, is there really something he can do to keep this job? And it is. There's 2 things he can do that would keep this job. The first thing is this. I need to see a complete 360. I'm talking about, whereas we were getting blown out in games, we're now doing the blowing out, right? That's like the biggest thing. I talk about this all the time, that I care how we win a game. A win is not a win to me. If I dunk on my son, I'm not the world's greatest dunker. But if I dunk on LeBron James, you can't tell me nothing, right? Like, I feel different about that dunk. So to me, if he do a complete 360 and now we're scoring points, I'm seeing us use players in ways we never used before. The defense is playing faster and playing lights out in a way I've never seen them play before. And then they take all that, put it together, and go on a run doing the same thing in the playoffs and get to an NFC championship game. I would be like, yeah, we might have to keep him.
That's why I said it depends. Like I'm not just about winning the playoff game. That's why I said that second playoff game, if y'all by some miracle y'all win it, like y'all can't get blown out and look garbage, because then I'm be like, oh yeah, we just got lucky. You know what I'm saying? Like we just went on a little run. But if that game is competitive or if they win, hey, I could like NFC championship game is like impossible for us right now. So if he did that to me, that's impressive, because a lot of us believe this is a playoff team, or at least before the season started. If Bevel was able to prove that with Patricia's garbage, that's something special to me.
Now, James Gibson, shout out to you. He says 360 puts you back to where you started. 180, G, I got your back. Nah, I'm saying 360. I'm telling you why. I get what you're saying, that going in the full circle puts you back to where you at. But see, the journey is different. Like you can spin in a circle every single time over and over in the same way, and it's up. But the trick is to do it in a way that it's going to bring things different. The earth spins in the circle, and so that it brings differences every time it switches from night to day and stuff like that. So when I look at it, I'm expecting to see that night and day switch. What is happening right now is real clear to me. It's daylight, like the sun out. It's too damn hot. Like he had to go. I want to see what's going on at night. You know, where people like to sneak and play in the shadows. I want to see how they're going to get down and dirty. Are we going to start to see an identity? Are we going to start to see some type of competent game plan that makes sense? We end up beating the Falcons because they interim head coach didn't understand that a knee wins the game. I don't know how he didn't understand this, but he didn't, and thus they lost.
Do y'all remember Tennessee from last year? To me, we would have to look like that because they made the playoffs 9-7. They went 5-0 the end of the season, and they were hot. But you could see it. I know they got Derrick Henry, but like you could see, like, yo, this team is not the team you want to face. And that's how, because before they went on that little run, they wasn't really looking so hot. So, because I think, they were close to 5. They were 500, and then they went on that run. So that I definitely agree with you. It depends on like how we look, because like it definitely depends on that.
I've always cared how we win games. Like I remember, like I was like, look, we blew out the Jacksonville Jaguars, and we should have. Great, good job. That's a sign of
after a good bye.
Team. After a bye, true. But that's how you're supposed to do it. We should have blew out the Cardinals week 1 of last year, and we didn't. And we started out to blow them out, and it was like hot garbage. Now, Gary, let me tell you something. Gary, I'm just
he alive?
Yeah. Wow.
Legit question.
Wow. Easy. What? Yes, he alive. What?
Oh man.
Yes, he alive.
Hey man, he a young spry 79, dog.
Wait.
A young spry 79.
Did y'all not see how he slid in there with that? No, he was like, is he alive? Like, is he still breathing? Like, listen, yes, he's still breathing.
79, damn.
And I love every bit of it. So Gary, believe it or not, Gary, this is funny, Gary. He is one of the guys that I have in my top 5 GM candidates.
What?
And I have kept it quiet for a reason, but he is the most qualified to be a GM of the Detroit Lions and completely change everything in its image. Now, this sounds crazy to most people, and most people are going to think I don't lost my mind, but let me just help you understand something. The Dallas Cowboys were hot garbage, and he went there and recreated the Dallas Cowboys, right? Like, he's the reason you had the Marion Barbers, Tashard Choices, the Daz Bryant. He's doing all that. These are people that he was like doing as going out there and getting, and it was certain players that he didn't even want, that he was fighting with Jerry Jones with, that he didn't even want. This guy has rebuilt more teams than most coaches you could think. He's literally like the Larry Brown of the NFL. Like, he rebuilds teams. This is what he do. He did it to the Jets.
Got a coaching tree too.
He got that too. He did it with the Jets. He did it with the Giants. He did it with the Cowboys. I mean, this guy rebuilds teams. And to me, yes, he is in my top 5. Bill Parcells will change the way things happen around here, because he's not going to go out and be a fly-by-night guy. I am coming out with a top 5 GM video. I try to do as much research as possible so I can, make sure I can support my answers. But yeah, I am coming out with that video, and I'm telling you, Bill Parcells is there. That
was so long ago though, man. Like, the game's changed, man. This was 79 years old, bro. He probably
I thought the same thing you thought, right? Like, I thought the same thing you thought. But when you go through and you look at his coaching history, and you go through and look at what he's done, there are large gaps in between those coaching times, and each one of those teams were rebuilt back to respectability. They would get to the playoffs, do a little playoff win here and there, lose some playoff games. However, the team was completely rebuilt and done. My thing with him that I love most about him, and this is one of the things I've argued with people on social media, which is the Lions are not a rebuild team. They do not need a rebuild. And the moment that we as a group of fans and as a group, as an organization, understand that this is not a team that needs to be rebuilt, the faster we can get to winning games. We need renovations. We need small fixes and small adjustments. And if we can get that done, we have to be able to do that. And to me, I just think that it's ridiculous. Now, Gary says people make me feel stupid for saying it. I find it offensive because they're batshit crazy. I'm gonna go through really quick and I'm gonna bring it up, y'all. I want y'all to be able to see this really quick. I'm trying to be fast about this. So let's go through and look at Bill Parcells, right? Like we know how old he is, right?
Yeah, I'm looking at his records right now, bro. They're really not that impressive as recent ones.
Nope. So let's go. Let's start off with the first team he went to. Start with the first team, right? You at the first team?
Yeah, the New York Giants. They're 3-12.
Okay,
was his very first team, 1983.
All right, 1983, New York Giants, 3-12. And what were they before he got there?
That I do not have in front of me. They're probably boo-boo.
Okay, I'm just saying. All right, what was his record the next year after that?
The year after that, 9-7. And the year after that, 10-6. The year after that, Super Bowl.
All right, now he stayed.
That's a rebuilder.
That's a rebuild. Then he went and had that one down season. He had two bad seasons with the Jets, and that was from 83 to basically that's with the Giants. I'm sorry, let me go back down to the Jets. From the Jets, he had one bad season in 2004. Oh, that's Dallas. Why am I skipping over the Jets? I'm tripping right here.
The Jets in 1998. Actually, he did pretty well with the Jets.
There we go. Okay,
9-7, 12-4, and 8-8.
Perfect. All right, so here we go. He started out in 1983 with the New York Giants. He went 3-12 with the New York Giants, and right there, right. He coached the New York Giants from 1983 to basically 1990. In that time, he had two bad seasons. One was 6-9 and 3-12 his first year. So the first thing I wish I could make stuff up, but I'm not. I ain't that special. In 1982, before he took over for them, this team had a 4-5 record. He took over, and they haven't looked back since. And we all know what he did. He was really big on getting people like LT and stuff like that. Now, just to bring y'all up to speed on why I'm hype on Bill Parcells. He leaves the Giants in 1990. Stay out of football for a few years. He joins the New England Patriots in 1993. They go 5-11. Then they go 10-6. Then they go 6-10. Then they went 11-5. Now, why was this so significant? Because that when he left there, they had won an AFC championship. And if I'm not mistaken, he got sick or something. And that's why he had to leave out of football again, right? But they went 11-5, new ownership, everything working out. It started moving over to a different place, but he rebuilt the New England Patriots to get them on track. And we all know what New England is now under Bill Belichick after he had to do what? Pick up from Parcells. Now, go to the Jets. 97, 9-7, 98, 12-4, 99, 8-8. He's out of football from 99 until 2003, where he took over the Dallas Cowboys, went 10-6, 6-10, 9-7, 9-7. This man has rebuilt 1, 2, 3, 4 teams. That is an impressive stat at every level. And if a person don't believe that, Gary, just smile, because there's nothing wrong with standing alone if you're there. I am talking about Bill Parcells, Larry. So that's what I'm talking about.
So Bill Parcells, put it simply for people, he had 19 seasons, 15 winning seasons, 4 losing seasons. That and 2 Super Bowls, 3 Super Bowl appearances. Yeah. So
all he does is rebuild teams.
Only 4 losing seasons is pretty impressive.
All he does is rebuild teams. I'm not talking about as a head coach. I'm talking about as a GM. So that's what I'm pointing out.
I was gonna say, yeah, how many of those teams was he the actual GM of? Because I doubt they gave it to him in '83. That's his first coaching job. As a coach, he was there, right? But
it's not the. It wasn't. It's not
he did both with the Giants. With the Giants, he was obviously the head coach.
I know in Dallas, I think the Giants eventually got it. But his last project, where he was actually hands-on in football, was the Miami Dolphins.
Right? It was Dallas.
No,
yes, he was.
He is vice president and GM for the Dolphins in 2009.
But by that time they was everything.
That's when he was actually GM though.
Yeah, but by that time they was already hitting his best buttons, and to me, That's what I think it kind of got different at. But I'm just telling you, Bill Parcells as a guy to rebuild a program would be there if we were doing a rebuild. However, we are in renovation, and I think he would do the renovation perfectly. Jim, here's a question for you, sir. Starting off the gate to move it along. Should the Lions hire a general manager or head coach first? What do you think they should go with first?
GM.
Jim?
Because the GM has to have control.
Okay.
Said the GM. You just said it.
The GM? Okay.
Yeah, I said GM
I
because the fact that they have to be able to be in control. They have to be able to put the coach they want to work with in there. That's the right way to do it. I don't know if the Lions will do that because they don't do the right thing most of the time, but we'll see. I mean, it's kind of the way it's supposed to be.
I'm picking up what you put down. And Gary, no, you didn't take up no time on the show. That's what we're here for. We're here to talk about sports. And I think it was a good pick. It was one that many people are not talking about, but he has a history of rebuilding it. So you're good. Luke said, I ain't hear you over this PS4 controller. I didn't know. I just didn't hear him. I'm not even playing the PS5, bro.
I was vibration controller. I can't hear him.
Oh, man. Come on, man. Listen. Let's go easy. I mean, who should the Lions hire first? A general manager or head coach?
It's got to be the general manager. I'm speaking of Bill Parcells. He came up with the saying, he's bitching about not being general manager in the past. He said, if you want me to do the shopping or whatever, you got let me pick out the groceries or something along those lines. It was like his saying, and taking over the GM control. So you got to get the GM first. That way he can pick. I mean, he's the guy providing the players. You know what I'm saying? So he's a coach that fits the philosophy of the players that he's choosing. I mean, that's the guy that's in like overall complete control. So you have to pick him first. So it wouldn't make sense to do a coach first.
Okay. All right. Let me, man, listen, I'm gonna jump in here because I think James Gibson is on to something. I'm with James on this. If I can get the head coach right now, and I'm confident that right now, if you telling me David Shaw can be my head coach, or maybe like I know a lot of people love them some Jim Harbaugh right now. If you can get that head coach right now and get the GM later, don't that kind of make more sense?
Hell no, bro.
Well, I'll tell you. I'm just saying. I'm playing devil's advocate for James, right? Stay with me.
Yeah, I don't know because I'll be honest. I don't trust these GMs picking these head coaches. I'd rather go get my guy and let the GM be the general manager. But I would say,
and that's what James.
That's Harbaugh though. That's what I think. You want David Shaw. You want David Shaw. I want Harbaugh. But if it was either one of those guys, I'm letting them be the head coach and the GM. It's only certain coaches like in my coaching tree that I could let be the head coach and GM. Harbaugh, which is another good would be point. One of them. Because like Robert Saleh, I love him, but I don't want him being my GM. You see what I'm saying? Same thing with Airbnb. So
Harbaugh,
what
the guy's been out coached every year by Ohio State and Michigan State. They got crappy rosters, bro.
College football,
you got top recruiting every single year. You want Harbaugh?
Bro, college football is completely different than NFL football.
Oh man. Oh,
that's crazy to me. If we hired Harbaugh, bro, I'd throw in the towel, bro. I'd be so
Harbaugh ain't been nothing but good in the NFL, man.
Listen, all I'm saying is this: I'm playing devil's advocate for James. I think he can. I think he make a good point to say get the head coach. Here's where I would do it personally myself. How I would do it is it really does depend, because if I'm hiring somebody that's going to fill both roles, then it like how J-Mo's saying, then obviously it doesn't matter. But if I gotta pick one and pick one now, I'm going with the general manager, because I need somebody to start the process to start to build up their pool for draft prospects. The problem with that is now you got to try to find a head coach to fit what you think we should have talent wise. And as J-Mo said, do you really trust these general managers to pick your coach? But if it's one of them coaches that I like right now, if Bill Belichick just happened to be available and they was like, yo, Bill Belichick want to be the Lions head coach, that's a different story. Whoever we get after that, good luck. So I think it depends. And I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get what you're saying.
I'm tired of being so traditional. Oh, you get a GM and he picks the guy. Why don't I get my guy? And then you can build the team. Like, I don't know why those always have to be connected. Like, the general manager is supposed to draft people and go out on free agency. He ain't supposed to really have nothing to do with the head coach besides picking the guy. So why do I need you to pick the guy? I want to pick the right. If I'm Sheila, I'm picking the right guy for the head coach, and then I'm getting the GM. I don't like I said, I don't like how they be tied together like that.
Well, you got to have a similar football philosophy.
Go ahead, Easy.
My bad. I apologize.
No, go ahead.
You have to have a similar football philosophy. Like, you're ultimately in control of choosing the players that come to this franchise. So, like, if you and the coach have a disagreement about a 3-4 and a 4-3 scheme, like, that's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? The GM's ultimately like the one in control. If you're giving a head coach complete control, I understand it there. But that Bill Parcells, I mean, that goes back to him. Speaking of him, but his philosophy, what he said was, if they want you to cook the dinner, at least they ought to let you shop for some of the groceries. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of telling you right there. I mean, as great as Bill Parcells was, and those 4 losing seasons is all he had, is that's the way he felt. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be on sync with the GM and the head coach there.
Right. I mean, like I said, I can see both perspectives. I'm not going to.
I understand, but Bob Quinn wasn't in sync with Jim Caldwell. He was able to still do whatever he was able to do.
Well, for sure, but he stayed because they had similar football philosophies, though. I apologize.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, the GM, the coach, the GM usually asks the coach who they want to be picked in certain situations. That's why we heard all those rumors this way. And Jim Caldwell, for better or worse, he got the guys that he wanted to get.
Yeah.
Same thing with Matty P.
People, like, as much as I love Jim Caldwell, the biggest mistake he ever made was when they said that they were pounding the table for Aaron Donald, and he said, I thought we were trying to get away from small guys. We wanted bigger and faster. Mm-hmm. And so that's a huge mistake by him. But that dude lies. Go ahead.
I think also on the GM situation, if you're a GM and you just get hired, right? You have to turn this team around. I want to get my coach in there. I don't want ownership putting a coach in there and then I have to work with this guy instead of having my vision and my plan. I don't like that idea.
But Jim, what if the coach you bring in is trash?
Then I'm an idiot, which I'm not.
And then you get fired and we in this situation that we're in now. That's kind of my point. I feel like there's a lot of lenses over these people when they're picking their own coaches, and then you end up that coach end up trash, and then y'all both get fired. I just want to go get the best coach. Like, if our new coach wanted to get, like, I don't know, if he wanted to bring back Jim Schwartz or something, and Robert Saleh was available, and he's like, I'm going to get after Jim Schwartz because that's my guy. That's what I don't want.
Well, that's why we have to hire a good GM. Why is the GM position higher than the head coach? Because they're the ones in charge. They have to get the guy that they want to have in there that's going to fulfill the plan that they have to rebuild this team. And yes, they have to have a plan before they get here.
Another thing too, is you gotta remember who's making the hire.
Well, listen, let me put this out here really quick. That dude live says the Lions hire GM or head coach. I said it depends on who you are looking to bring in. A coach like Meyer, I would have given him the power as head coach and GM, let him draft his talent. Just depends. And I think it does. I think it does depend. Now, one side of it is, if I was playing devil's advocate, I could have made the argument to say one of the issues or the things that you run into with hiring a general manager, which seems to be the case in a lot of these general manager hires, is they're going out hiring their friends. And if you go out and hire the head coach first and he's not your friend, you don't have to like him, but y'all got to get along together, because I'm now telling you as ownership that if you don't get along, you both are out of here. Buffed Up says, who loves Jim Harbaugh right now? Listen,
only for the NFL, not college football.
Listen, I'm just here so I don't get fined. Okay, I'm not even finna play around with it.
I want to say,
I was seeing that too. Hook Cam's in the
Hook Cam is in the building. He has just dropped the video that I cannot wait for him to drop, because I'm tired of hearing of it, and it is literally titled "Stop Comparing DK Metcalf to Calvin Johnson." Y'all have to check it out.
Man, I can't wait.
Y'all have to check it out.
See that.
It is out right now. It is definitely out right now, and I love what he did to it, because I'm like, this is just perfect. So definitely check it out. What's going on, Cam? Welcome to the show. Let me go through and hit the next question, because we're almost getting to the end of the questions. And so we're going to talk a little bit more about the game at this point, but I want to talk about this because this is huge. Subscriber asked this question. I thought this was a brilliant one. We're going to get right into it right out the gate. Starting off with you, J-Mo. Should any Detroit Lion be in the Pro Bowl this year? Any?
Yeah. Ragnow, TJ Hawkinson, and I think I'll have to stop there.
Okay, so Ragnar, TJ Hawkinson. What say you, Jim? Any Lion should be in the Pro Bowl right now?
Yeah, I have the same two, and honorable mention Jonah Jackson.
Honorable mention? You put the honorable mention? Okay.
And also, if you want another guy, Fox the punter. Actually,
hey, everybody in love with Fox right now. It's amazing.
I'm just saying we're trying to say, what did the Fox say or something?
Right. A good point. Easy. What do you think, man? Should any Detroit Lion be in a Pro Bowl right now?
I don't think there's a Pro Bowl this year because of COVID, but if there's one, it's TJ Hawkinson, man. I'm not a big fan of like guys from losing teams going to Pro Bowls, but I also understand that football is like the most team-oriented sport, so you can still be a good player on a bad team in the NFL. I like Matt Stafford. I'm just kidding. I had to say the shout out J-Mo. But yeah, I mean, TJ Hawkinson got to be the one, man, if they end up doing it.
Okay. My attitude to it was this. My attitude to it is, if you believe that somebody should be in a Pro Bowl, the voting is going on right now. And you simply go to NFL.com and you vote to put those people that you want to see in the Pro Bowl. Right now, TJ Hawkinson is leading the tight ends in voting for the Pro Bowl. And if you want to see him in there, put your vote in. You want to see Frank Ragnow in, put your vote in. My belief is just because a team has a bad record does not mean that there is not talent who is performing above their bad record. And I think we do have players who are doing it, especially in this given year, given with all that's going on with this pandemic. So to me, yes, there are some people who should be on that list and should be given a chance to get it. And so I can't kill none of you on what you guys have put out there in terms of options. Larry Lander says, do you want Robert Saleh as head coach? I wouldn't be mad if we got him, but he ain't my first choice. Like, I'm dead serious when I say I need somebody who has a history of building a program. If you get Robert Saleh, you need to get the most amazing general manager that you can find. Somebody who can do some things so spectacular. Because that's who's going to be the ones to do it. So when you go through and you look at people like Ozzie Newsome, yeah, he had some head coaches that were meh, but he did such a good job of putting the talent around him that the chance for him to fail was like, nah. So you need to have some part of that be stronger, in my opinion. I got our punter. Everybody loves the punter. Harbaugh is probably the best coach for a renovation situation.
Say it louder. Gotta tell y'all. It's the NFL. It's not college, man.
Put out the joint.
Peter don't
his
agree.
Last record was bad.
Yeah, Peter don't agree.
NFL?
His last, yeah.
I thought they went 8-8.
He got fired, bro.
Yeah, because they went 8-8. It wasn't because they
got
were
fired,
bad.
bro. It was like, I'm about to go to Michigan. He got fired.
Yeah, they went 8-8 though. So I don't
look. I'm just saying, if you're getting out coached at the college level, man, I don't want. Hell no, stay away from my franchise. All due respect.
You know what? You know what? Gary makes a good point.
People on the NFL level.
Well, listen. Gary makes a good point right here. Gary says, "I tell you, I hated this guy last year, but he has turned it around." Decker, I wouldn't even say his name last year. Probably could be in the Pro Bowl. He certainly could win. He certainly could be winning comeback player of the year. Why he couldn't be in the Pro Bowl?
Did y'all not just see Decker the last game?
Hold on. If we gonna do that, then we can't put TJ in. Them drops he had on crucial downs.
Yeah, but TJ's still been productive. Decker literally is.
Decker gave up his first sack in like forever.
I mean, he's looked like hot garbage the last few
Decker's
weeks.
a stud. I like Decker.
But I don't know where you're going with this one.
He is not in the Pro Bowl, bro.
I'm just saying, listen, he's not giving up sacks. He's giving protection. He has completely turned it around. He has been overall a really good blocker. Why would he not be a Pro Bowl player? What's wrong with that?
There's better left tackles.
Who?
The guy in Green Bay, the guy that plays for
you don't even know his name. What's his name?
Hey man, I don't know. They left tackles. You expect me to remember names?
What if I
know the left tackle for the Saints?
What if I told you the guy in Green Bay gave up? What if I told you the guy in Green Bay gave up more sacks than Decker?
I don't care. David Bakhtiari is better than Decker. Like, you ain't gonna get me to not believe.
But the Pro Bowl is not about who you like or think is overall better. It's about what they.
I'm even talking about this season though.
They're not even playing it. It's just a vote in. It's for like the recognition for contract situation.
It's just right. That's all it is. They're not even play the game.
Better left tackle.
You know, vote them all. Let them all get paid. It help the contract renegotiations. Fuck it.
I'm just saying. Listen, Devin99 says, "How do you feel about Doug Peterson?" Okay, I have this belief. It's a strange belief. I don't know why I feel this way, but I just happen to notice that this is something that happens too often. And in my opinion, I think that whenever a head coach leaves a conference to have a full, real, fresh start, they should switch conferences. Because once you are in the conference, as long as he has been in there, the NFC is very familiar with him. He doesn't play AFC as much. I think he'll be better served going to an AFC conference than he would staying in the NFC. So I would say no on Doug Peterson. That would be my view. Do anybody got anything different? Jim, what do you think about Doug Peterson?
I'd say a hard no on him.
Okay, so you say a hard no too. What about you, J-Mo?
No, I'm all for it.
Okay, you're all for it now. Because
I was telling you, I want an offensive coach that has done something before. And the top two guys that I've been trying to ask people to tell me, but the top two guys would be Doug Peterson and Jim Harbaugh right now. When we talking about an offensive coach who's actually won something. And I just feel like we were, when people are trash on their other teams, we try to, compartmentalize it for that team, but change the scenery, new division, it could work. And he don't believe in his quarterback. He ain't believed in him since they got him. So when you don't believe in your QB, that just spells for a lot of problems on offense.
This is a great question from you, One Pride 40. He says, "What parts of the roster need renovated?" The defense. The whole listen, go from the safety and work your way down. DeRon Hartman is not a starting safety in this league. He wouldn't be my starting safety. I just don't think he's that caliber of player. Will Harris probably should just be a special teams ace. Try to go down and hit somebody. And then you go down to the cornerbacks. Dasmin Trufant should have never been here. I remember J-Mo got on my head because I said the dude be hurt and he'll be hurt for us.
Hey, I only got on your head because you said Dantzler was going to be better. And so...
No. The argument wasn't that Dantzler was going to be better. The argument was why was everybody they had put Jeff Okudah on there, and I said, well, wait a minute, why are you putting Jeff Okudah on there as a top 5 corner when he hasn't taken a snap in the NFL? And in college, he had not went against one legitimate wide receiver quarterback tandem until Clemson, and he technically got his butt cooked in that game. And then you was like, well, Dasmin Trufant only been hurt a few months. I said, bro, that dude.
No, but we were talking about Dantzler, though. You say he was going to be better than Trufant this year.
I think he has been better than Trufant this year. Are you arguing that?
Dantzler, he's been up and down, man. Injured, he did nothing.
Okay, okay. Let's do this. If you must. You believe that Dasmin Trufant has been better than the rookie?
I believe Dantzler hasn't done anything this year. That's what I believe.
Okay, but that's not my question.
Yeah, he's been better.
Okay, so you believe that he's been better, and your reason for him being better is what?
Because he's been better.
Just because he's just been better.
You watch the football games, and who's been a better corner? It's been Trufant. Dantzler has not been that good, and he got injured.
And he got injured,
so he was missing games.
Trufant.
I'm saying, he was missing games. He wasn't on the field.
So one of the things I like to look at is I like to look at the overall stats, but I like to look at snap count, right? Like I really care about the snap count to kind of see how often are they on the field. And he's taken 366 snaps on defense, which is about 49%. That's Cameron Dantzler. And then when you go down to Dasmin Trufant, this guy has taken 324 snaps, which is about 43%. So Cameron Dantzler has taken more snaps than Dasmin Trufant. Dasmin Trufant in Detroit has literally started 6 games. That's according to ProFootballReference.com. And Cameron Dantzler to date has started exactly 6 games. So Cameron Dantzler got 1 pass deflect, 34 total tackles, 3 tackles for a loss, and 25 solo, 9 assists. And then we jump over to Desmond Trufant, and we look at him, obviously, only playing those 6 things. He has 4 pass deflects, 1 sack, 20 total tackles, 16 solo, 4 assists, and 1 tackle for a loss, and 1 quarterback hit. So statistically, Cameron Dantzler. Huh?
I said in 1 interception.
I didn't say that.
No, statistically, you're not about to say Dantzler's been better. Trufant has more pass deflects and a sack and a forced fumble. Hold on. He's made more plays.
So wait.
How many plays Dantzler made? What do you do?
Wait. What do you see more forced fumbles at? He doesn't have any forced fumbles. You talking about with the Falcons? Detroit, he ain't got no forced fumbles.
My fault. Pass deflects, interceptions, sack.
Okay, so he got 4 pass deflects, right? Compared to Cameron Dantzler's 1 pass deflect, right? And he's got 1 interception. Cameron Dantzler doesn't have none. Cameron Dantzler has more tackles, more solo tackles. He's got 3 tackles for a loss. This is Cameron Dantzler, and tackles for a loss for him is 1. I'm just saying you're talking about he's playing so much better, but
I didn't say so much. I just said better.
But
I just wanted to make the point that Dantzler has not been better than Trufant.
But he has though. He has more tackles. Because he got 3 more pass deflects.
With defensive backs, it's all about pass deflects and interceptions and making plays. Like, don't nobody care about tackles with defensive backs.
J-Mo, let me help you, J-Mo. J-Mo, let me help you. Okay. We're comparing a rookie to a vet. Let's stop right there. We're comparing a rookie to a vet. Just because he got 3 more pass deflects and an interception does not make him better. He has been like Dantzler hasn't been making any plays this year. Like, what are we talking about here?
I will say this though about stats in general, even on the offensive side, they're so subjective because certain situations that teams are in, like the teams they face, like so many things going to play. With the stats. Like, I mean, for instance, we had Matthew Stafford, who for a while there was like one of the hottest quarterbacks statistically for a couple of years. None of that equated to wins or being like better. You know what I'm saying? Just stats really just depend on who you guard. And
I don't know about being
better.
Play, bro. Stafford was definitely better than some of those QBs, regardless of the wins.
Listen, this we're gonna table this for right now. Let's get through this. We gotta get through the rest of this show. We're gonna table this for right now. I think it's absurd to look at a rookie. They both played and started in 6 games. Both of them have started in 6 games. Both of them has been hurt. One of them is making more tackles. One of them is had to cover things. The other one's got a ton of freaking penalties. I didn't even get into the penalty part because I was like, I don't even want to do that. That's Patty. But really?
No, Dantzler has not been playing well all year, and he don't always take the number 1 receiver.
Listen.
I'm just saying when you compare him to Trufant has done more.
And that's what I'm saying with stats, though. You gotta take him like
it's not just with stats though. Like you speak easy. You ain't watching Dantzler play, bro. I'm watching him play. Like he ain't doing much, and he not always covering the number 1 guy.
Okay.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying in your favor, like he's not guarding the caliber of player that Trufant is when they go out there on that field. So he's gonna look better by, you know what I'm saying, by just like all right, Trufant versus Julio Jones, he's gonna look terrible. You know what I'm saying? Like that's Julio Jones. Like Dantzler's not guarding Julio Jones.
You know what?
He's not guarding the best player on the field. But
this is exactly why a person who don't drink got to drink. Jim, where are you? Where Jim? Jim, I need you, Jim. I need Jim in the building. Jim.
Woo! Damn, that's terrible. You see that stat James has posted? Desmond had 30 penalties for 285 yards in 6 games. I did not know that, man.
Yeah, but those penalties against Washington was a bunch of BS. Like them penalties against Washington, man.
I do agree with that, James.
Yeah, them penalties against Washington was crazy.
Listen. All I'm saying, J-Mo, we got to table this, bro. I'm sorry.
Hey, we don't need to table it.
Listen, now.
I mean, what Dantzler is allowed 123 quarterback rating? Yeah, he get man. Come on, he ain't doing much.
Now that dude makes a very good point. He says Luke not defending J-Mo or Trufant, but it sounds like Dantzler is being targeted more. I'll tell you what the targets have been. Dantzler Trufant has been targeted 32 times, has given up 22 completions. That's like 68.8% completion percentage. Like I said, I left the penalties out because I didn't want to be that guy. And I don't want to give excuses for penalties. A penalty is a penalty. Cameron Dantzler has been targeted 47 times, even though they claim that he is not going to get the best receiver. I disagree with that. They've completed 33 of those 47. That's 70.2% of the catches on him. Mind you, rookie. That's the thing.
But we're not talking about the fact that he's a rookie. We compare him to Trufant. You want to do this? And I told you that man's a rookie. I am comparing Dantzler is allowing he allowing a higher completion percentage for more yards and a higher quarterback rate.
He's also
he has more throws.
But he has been targeted more. Yeah, he's been targeted.
Yeah, but what did King Talese say? Hey, you over there getting targeted? Oh, they must know what they doing. So I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I never.
He's a rookie. He's gonna get targeted, bro.
Talking about targets and like elite quarterbacks don't get targeted as much, and that's the truth.
Right. Listen, Valerie, right? She like Jim, like you on your own, bro.
What does that mean? I go and tell you guys I'll be right back. I said that. And
listen,
I did not know that. Oh yeah.
Valerie ain't lying.
Private chat, guys, and you'll see it.
Yeah, listen, he left me out here, man.
No, I did not. If you read the private chat, you would know.
You did say that. Listen, let me ask you this question because I want to move on, man. We always find these one little odd things that catch our attention, so we apologize. Sure. But that I was like, what is he saying? Okay. Listen, obviously we got an important game coming up against the Bears, right? Because we have not beaten the Bears in a long time. And so my questions is, starting off with you, Easy, what improvements do you expect to see on Sunday out of the Lions versus the Bears?
From what I've seen today, Galladay and Swift are both out, right?
Swift is not
out. Galladay's gonna be out there.
Yeah, Galladay's gonna be out. Trufant's gonna be out. He's so great. He's gonna be out. Danny Shelton's gonna be out. But just in terms of the overall game, what improvements are you looking for?
Well, I guess so. The thing that Darrell Bevell has control over, what he's known for, is his offense. He obviously is an offensive coordinator, so I would like to see some improvement from the offense. I would like to see a lot of. I miss the guns Stafford. Like, bring me that guy. Let's at least be entertaining, man. That's what I want to see. I want to see the offense pop off. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Okay. What improvements are you looking to see, Jim, this Sunday from Detroit Lions versus the Bears?
I want to see an up-tempo offense. I want to see something different on offense. I really do. I want to see a better offense.
Yeah.
Because the defense, I'm sorry, they're gonna be trash. They're just gonna be trash.
Right.
They're really hurting both in the secondary and up front. Danny Shelton's one of the biggest people I've ever seen, and he plugs up the hole pretty good. My problem is
he's out.
I know he's out. That's what I mean. They have a lot of people out. So the defense is going to suffer a little bit, but and their linebackers suck. But other than that, I am looking for changes on the offense. I want to see how Corey Unlin actually calls the game, even though he has nobody out there. But yeah,
Valerie Bordeaux. So it's just
yeah. You know what? I want to address that. That's my wife out there who sits there and says, Jim is leaving you. What?
Oh, it's Jim now.
Really? Oh, it's Jim now. Okay, we'll talk about that later, but we don't want to bring the Family Feud into here, so
Oh my God, y'all are absolutely silly. Y'all need your own TV show.
We do.
What say you, J-Mo? What improvements do you expect to see on Sunday out of the Lions versus the Bears?
I would say I definitely expect to see a team with a lot more fire and enthusiasm in it. Like when we score, when we make plays. Because even before when we're making plays and scoring, the team isn't as excited and happy. So I expect to see a team energetic. And I expect to see what I want to see. Please use your weapons. That's all I'm going to ask. Stop giving the ball to AP. And it's very simple. I think we're going to see a different team win or lose on Sunday.
Yeah, I think for me, the biggest improvement I'm looking for is to actually see players who deserve to be on the field be on the field. I'm tired of this rotational crap that they doing. Can we dead that? Like, seriously, dead that. I hate to say this, but like, look at this team we took Raglan, we took Reggie Raglan off the field. We took Jared Davis off the field, and the rest of them either too slow to get home to make the tackle or just miss. And I'm sick of it. And at this point, I want to see the players who deserve to be in the game. Tracy Walker should not be at the damn line of scrimmage all damn game. It just should not happen. I expect to see him back up top, away from the line of scrimmage, and trying to help Deron Hartman get used to some differences and some changes. Let's talk about this linebacking core. Can we put Reggie Raglan and Jared Davis back in the starting lineup? I'm sick of this idea that, these were guys Patricia loved. No, you didn't. You don't cut time with people you love. You give them more time. And he was cutting their time left and right. So to me, I'm expecting them to just put the best players on the field. And if you're telling me that the best players on the field is Will Harris, then great. You're not going to be here at the end of the season anyway. So go ahead, do that. Either way it go, it's a win-win for me. And I think personally that's the biggest improvement I'm going to be looking for. In terms of this game on Sunday, what does a win for the Lions mean for the Lions on Sunday? What does that mean for them? We're talking about you, Jim. The Lions get this win on Sunday. What does that mean?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Jim is in rare form today, people. I apologize.
I got my wife up in here saying Jim and all this other stuff.
Oh, now it's Jim.
Now I'm in a mood, man. I was nice and friendly before, I was doing great.
Oh my God.
No, nothing. I mean, okay, so what is it going to matter? Really? If we make the playoffs, it doesn't matter. The coach ain't staying anyway. Doesn't make a difference. If we win, I love them. I love a good win. So for me, it would make me happy on a Sunday. So I guess it is worth something to me.
I was going to say, Jim, I mean, I don't care if Devo Bevel is staying or not, but I think making the playoffs is always like.
But I mean, what does it mean long term?
I'm not saying we're going to do it. Come on, we know it's crazy.
We're going to get our ass handed to us anyway in the first round of the playoffs. So who cares?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, listen.
If we make it, we got a chance.
I love.
We've made it before.
I love.
Yeah, but we didn't really have a chance besides 2014, to be honest. And
playoffs. I'm just hoping there's a team left at the end of the season.
Yeah, that's very true.
I love what Sports on the Run is saying. He said that the win would mean nothing unless it's a blowout. And so Nomus J, shout out to Nomus J, who says exactly. And to me, that's my view. If we blowing them out, I'm like, oh snap! Like I tell y'all, I care about how we win. And if we're blowing them out, excellent, brilliant, beautiful. This is how it's supposed to be. I could not be more happier. But to me, this win on Sunday means absolutely nothing to me if they're not doing it the right way. And if in my eyes, if they're blowing teams out, that is a difference overall. But to me, which is funny because one of the subscribers told me the only thing that proves that Matt Patricia was a bad coach is if Darrell Bevel goes out and win 4 or 5 games. I'm like, what? No, that doesn't prove that he's a bad coach. What proves that he's a bad coach is the fact that his record is the same as all of an entire division. That's what proves he's a bad coach. So that's how I look at it. What do you think, Easy? What does a Lion win on Sunday mean for the Lions?
I mean, I guess it depends on how the win is. Like, if I want to see some fight out of these guys, man. I want to know. I want to know like where we're at too. Like, if this is a win and it's a dominant win, maybe we're not in a rebuild. You know what I'm saying maybe a good coach can come in and do something with this team. And so that's what I want to see out of a win. If we win, I want that to be what I question myself on Sunday evening. That's what I want to see in a win. But if it doesn't really mean much though, let's be honest though, because the season's over. Y'all keep talking about playoffs, like, they make the playoffs, but come on now, stop doing that. That's not about to happen. Actually, maybe it could be. They might go to 18 playoff, but if they win, I guess it just depends how it goes, bro.
It has to. J-Mo, what does a win on Sunday mean for the Detroit Lions team?
I mean, I'm with you on a perspective that I got to see what the win looks like. I'm serious. I'm gonna be watching this game with a fine-tooth comb. because I really think we should win this game, and not because we're better or we're cream of the crop. It's just like Chicago is just a little bit worse right now. And we've had teams like Carolina who's just a little bit worse that we lost to, and teams like Atlanta and Jaguars that we beat. But when I'm looking at it, this should not be a hard game for Darrell Bevell to win. That's why I feel like if you when you were talking about the blowout, that's why it would be significant, because this should be a game that they should be able to win. But if they blow them out, I'll be happy. But to me, a win is a win, and it's just building towards a little bit of positivity, because who knows how many more wins we gonna get. So I'm gonna take the win, and I'm gonna keep it pushing.
All right. Listen. So this just happened, right? I know it's kind of late in the show. It just happened. It is time for your questions, but we do now have a new member of the DSA.
Yeah.
So let us welcome our newest member of the DSA, Mr. SpeakEZ from the SpeakEZ Sports Podcast. You were voted in. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
That's right. I should have had the sound system hooked up, but I just didn't do it. But the reality is this. You're going to be able to now get your fix of MMA basketball, because he's going to probably be joining those roundtables for the Above the Rim shows. And then you want to definitely subscribe to him, because he's going to be hosting some shows. And so this is going to be huge for us. We are happy to have him and join us. And plus, like I said, he does so much stuff. It's ridiculous. So you're going to get a little bit of everything. I mean, again, keep in mind, he got Darius Slade to come on. And he didn't even shy away from some of his questions. He asked a question. If Slade like, we're gonna stay away from him, he's like, all right, that might have been a little too much. But just wanted to let people know that we now have a new member, and very much to have you, man. Easy, man. Welcome to the group, man. We're gonna get you caught up to speed on everything. But hey, man, speak for the people, man. Talk to him for a second.
Hey, if y'all can see me, I'm hitting that John Wall Dougie behind this mic right now, man. Hey. Hey, I appreciate it, man. That was super unexpected. I'm not prepared, man. I didn't write a speech, man, but I'm so happy to be part of the DSA, man. And I guess the collab forces on a lot of the things, man. I love Detroit sports, man. That's why I noticed I started out my podcast to cover all sports nationally, right? But like a lot of my guests have been Detroit based. That's just where my heart is, man. I had Darius Slade, former Detroit Lion, Glover Quin, former Detroit Lion. If you guys like MMA, everybody's out of Michigan, man. We got Jamal Hill, who's co-main event on this Saturday's fight on ESPN. So definitely check him out. Kevin Lee, another Detroit native, bro. Detroit's my heart, bro. Detroit sports is where it's at. I'm so happy to be part of the DSA. Thank you, guys. I'm still hitting that Dougie. Hey.
Now listen, that dude lives put this out here because I had an epic rant. I was irritated. I was irritated. That dude live said, "I know we better not win with a walk-off field goal on my mama at Luke G." Yeah, I'm telling you, that's how I am, bro. Like I swear on my mama, if they do certain things, I'm done. I cannot handle it. Normus J said, "Congratulations, SpeakEZ Sports." J-Bo had to laugh at that one too. That on my mama, bro. I was mad, bro. Down 19 says, "Boo! Tomatoes, beans, greens, tomatoes." Yeah. Anyway, just kidding is what he says. He's basically welcome to the group. So we got a lot of people in the building, man. So we want to do it. This is y'all time for questions. Anything you want to ask, please ask it. And then we'll try to hit as many of them as possible. It says the defense, this comes from Shade, the defense was built to be versatile in every scheme, but Patricia used the weakest scheme fit, like Goku using Super Saiyan 1 instead of Super Saiyan. Talk to the people.
That man went Dragon Ball Z, y'all.
Talk to the people, man. Listen, Shade used to be on my head. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. Shay used to be on my head about Matt Patricia, and I'm like, bruh, I just see coaching flaws, and I understand where these issues are coming in at. But you're right. It's like you're supposed to be a versatile defense that we never used. Like you tugged on my heartstrings. I'm not gonna do it. Rockets won that trade. Different conversation though.
Yeah, definitely not in here trying to heat it up.
I see. He trying to get you started. If John Wall returns to old form, they did. I agree with Devin 99. I think they won that trade too. That's just my opinion. But hey, what can I say?
All right, John Wall sitting in the corner pouting.
So we well, what did that sound?
I do not know.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Somebody's being called away by wind, or I don't know.
It's not me.
No, that ain't you. Is that you, J-Mo? Yeah, that was J-Mo. Okay. Yeah, J-Mo, you got some kind of wind or something blowing, so it was really loud, so I had to kind of mute you. The question is, why not Rex Ryan? I don't know why not. Like, I'm serious. Listen, people.
I just hope they still have that 4-wheeler that Matt Patricia case so they can get him on the field.
He lost weight. Okay, he's lost weight.
I mean, he's so old. I'm not even sure he can remember what the heck is going on out there.
Who the hell pissed on Jim's Cheerios? What the damn, Jim?
Yeah, I'm just kidding. I want to say one more thing about expectations for Sunday. I want to see if there's halftime adjustments. I want to see what this team looks like from the first half to the second half, because we looked like hot garbage for the whole year, first half to the second half. So I want to see some adjustments from Darrell Bevell.
I mean, listen, it is very it's something that we've been waiting to see for the longest, and I think that's a very good one. I actually forgot about that approach. I just wanted to see so many other things.
Right.
So
there's so much to see.
Yeah, it's so much. But yeah, in terms of Rex Ryan, I would personally love him here. Like I said, I'm still trying to figure out how he achieved what he did in a division with the Patriots that had Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, and at one point I believe they had Randy Moss, and this dude was still winning games with like Mark Sanchez. Like who? Like, and then they turned around to show him what they care about him, to show him what the general manager care about Rex Ryan. He turns around when Rex Ryan emphatically said, "I didn't want Geno Smith." He drafts in Geno Smith. So it's like, yo, like, come on, man. Like, I'm just saying, the dude did a lot, and I can respect it. Down 19 says, "Are y'all concerned about DeAndre Swift brain injury?" Oh, wow. All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jim.
I want this one. Because he is out of concussion protocol right now, so he's dealing with an illness, not the concussion right now. So no, I have no problem with that. I think he's gonna be fine.
Okay, what say you, J-Mo? Are you concerned with that brain injury?
Yeah, I am. One concussion leads to multiple concussions, and I'm not being pessimistic, but when he first got this injury, if you notice, I was kind of like, I'm not rushing him back. I'm gonna wait and see. I take anything with the brain very, very seriously because it's personal to me. So, and just hearing how long it took him to recover, I might set him out this game. You know,
I don't think he's gonna play.
Just to make sure he all right, because like I'm not having another job at best situation.
That's what scares me. That job at best situation where dare I even say it, Mikel LaSure. Mikel LaSure would have been a beast for the Lions. If he didn't rupture that Achilles. Like, I'm just saying, like, but that best is the best example you give. This one right here is gonna go to you, Easy. What do you think about Gary Kubiak as a head coach?
I commented in reply to that when I said,
hell no.
Yeah,
I'm agreeing with you on this. I'm gonna say no to Gary Kubiak. I have seen enough of him to know that Gary is probably better served being where he is a coordinator. And I don't like the idea of him as our head coach. Unfortunately, it just don't jump off the page when you look at the resume. So yes, I will go in that route and say no. One Pride 40 says, "Do you believe the guards will be dead?" I hope not. I mean, I know they do this dumb rotation, but I hope they get some semblance, and I hope we get to see them, actually let people get into rhythm. I don't know why they don't do this, but this is the part that's crazy. That dude lies says, DSA, what is your opinion on what we should do as far as draft capital? Oh, see.
That's a good one.
Oh my God. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna do this rant. I'm not gonna do this. It says, in getting talent in free agent, remember we lose almost half our team at the week 17. J-Mo.
Please, man.
Right. J-Mo. What is your opinion on this, J-Mo? On what the Lions should do in terms of far as draft capital? Because you love one of the greatest trades ever in Lions history. So let's talk about it.
You trade Will Harris, of course. But other than that,
he got so much trade ability. Yeah.
Hey, 6th round pick. I don't care.
Do they have a 10th round pick?
Like you try to trade Big
We
B
get an unrestricted free agent for him.
Oh my god!
No, but like I told you, I'm being very simple about this. I'm building the defense. The first round, I'm drafting the best defensive player. Then we can get into other situations after that. But I'm in the free agency and in the draft. I'm building that front seven, and that mainly. Only piece I would consider moving, maybe trade Okuda. Yeah, I said it.
I ain't there yet. I think I'm telling you, as a safety, he'll be a Hall of Famer.
I mean, maybe he would, but if we could get a 2nd round or first for this guy
for a 3rd overall pick, 1 year removed.
Tripping, man.
I don't know.
I'd rather see what I got than to take that. I'm straight.
You're really admitting you made a mistake then.
Right. Like, damn.
Yeah.
Like,
they did make a mistake.
It sounds like J-Mo, you must be drinking in celebration of me joining the team, bro.
I'm just saying, like, if you want more picks that bad, I would try to trade a player kind of like what Miami did with Minka. Obviously, Minka wasn't as good as Jeff Okuda wasn't as good as Minka, but yeah. Something like that. Man.
Easy. What should we?
Man, nobody need a Okuda, dog. Yo, Amani Warrior over here.
First of all, before I jump to you, Easy, let me just point this out. The least expected says, "How Jim gonna call somebody old?"
Hey, I responded to him, man. I ain't 70 like that.
Right.
I'm old, but I ain't that old. Come on now.
Y'all crazy, man. Easy, man. What should we do for this draft capital and free agency, man?
I think it really depends on how. What were you say, Jim?
Oh, I thought he was talking to me. I'm sorry about that.
Oh yeah, I think it depends on how the season ends. I've been in the camp. If you guys listened to the last episode, that's if I'd be okay with letting Stafford go if we can get some draft capital out of him. I'm not saying let him go.
True.
We take a cap hit out of that, but like if it's hard to sell him on another rebuild. He's still a productive quarterback. He's still a good quarterback. There's still teams that need good quarterbacks. His hometown's Dallas. They speak a lot of commitment to Dak Prescott, but they haven't shown it. So I think, and they're suckers for draft picks, man. We've seen them get a 1st-round pick. They gave away a 1st-round pick for Cooper, did they not?
They gave away a 1st-round pick for Amari Cooper when he's on a 1-year deal. They gave us a 1st, a 3rd, and like a 5th or 6th for Roy Williams.
You know what I'm saying? So if the season ends ugly with Stafford offensively, I say dangle him in front of those Cowboys. If he wins, so be it. That's all right. But like, let's get some more draft capital. Let's start this rebuild, man. As much as I've loved the moments we've had with Stafford, there's so many damn teams that have gone on to win since he's been drafted that like I'm not nervous about taking that route.
Facts. That was my biggest issue with Patricia, is that the teams that we were ahead of somehow caught back up. Jim, what do you think we should do to get more draft capital? Because I have said many times that trading for Everson Griffin was stupid because we're going to need what? Draft capital. And with 5 draft picks, and I'm telling you, I think they got some stupid clause in there where if he get like 2 or 3 sacks, he's going to get that 5th round pick. And now we're going to be down with 5 picks. We lost a 5th. Even if it is a 6th or a 5th, it's the point that you should have never given up draft capital, and you shouldn't have people who are desperate trading away picks. But what do you think, Jim? How do we get more draft capital? Because
I think our new member knows more about a 5th than I do. But anyway, I could draft a quarterback this year. I think it's time. I don't know if we get rid of Stafford yet. The cap hit will be bad, but you know what? It doesn't really matter because in free agency, I don't want to be spending money in free agency. I'm getting like a year or 2 on every player. I'm not going and doing any 5-year deals. I have to have a 3-year plan. So I have to get my quarterback in place. I have to get a couple other things. And if you can't get any more than 5 picks, you can't get any more than 5 picks. There's really nothing we can do, but you can try to stock that capital the next year and the year after that and things like that. I don't think we have to do it this year because I do think it's going to be a 3 to 4 year rebuild. So, and that's just where I'm at on it. I think we do need a lot of help. I think the offensive line needs to be built and completed at this point. I want a really strong offensive line, top 5. and I want a defensive line, same thing, and I want our linebackers improved. There's a lot of work to do here. Like Patricia said when he got here.
I see what you did. The hook Mike says with Rex Ryan as coach, at least there would be snacks.
That's true.
Wrong. You were so wrong. So wrong. Gary, want to know, how do you guys feel about the defense? Will blitz a lot more? I believe they will. I hope they don't. Because one of the issues is they have been so breaded with this man coverage, and I think now you got to try to ease them back into a rhythm to play zone. And so if you're blitzing a lot, it got to get home. And the question is, who are you blitzing? You see my problem now?
Yeah, but did you see what Romeo Corey said today about the changing in defense? It's kind of funny. Corey Underland was like, it's not going to be that much change. And then Romeo was like, oh, no, it's some changes. Defense look completely different. I'm like, so Jared Davis is going to play?
Right.
No, that'd be nice.
That's the guy you sitting on blitzers.
Right. But my thing is he going to play? And if he does, I'm with you. So, I'm just scared at the fact that they're going to keep a lot of stuff, if that makes sense, that I don't want them to keep. Devin99 says, Luke, what's your assessment of Robert Saleh? I am about 90% complete on his assessment, and when I get 100%, I will definitely let you all know. Right now, I can tell you this much: I will not be mad if he was named head coach. So will not be. And how do you guys feel about John Dorsey? I like John Dorsey because he finds talent, but if you look at who he added as coaches, that's where I'm worried. like you can find all the great talent in the world.
They got Kevin Stefanski now, or is he not there no more? Or am I thinking about?
But for every Kevin, there's a Hugh Jackson, and there's a Freddie Kitchen.
Everybody taking L's, man.
Matt Patricia.
You just talk about Ozzie Newsome, man. Like everybody taking L's. Right? Like
I've just said
I'll be okay. We got the coach first.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Oh my goodness, man.
Hater House says sit Swift for the rest of the year. I agree. I don't see a reason to play him. Shout out to two guys in the podcast. If you have not subscribed to them, I don't know what you're doing. I do check them out. I am one of their subscribers, and I do enjoy what they do over there. They said the Lions should have fired their coach. Wait, sorry, habits are hard to break. I see what you did. I see what you did there. Yeah, it should have been happening. Let's see. Let's get down and get a few more, and then we get out of here. Do you believe we draft quarterback, then draft wide receiver? Oh, that's a good question. Yeah. My belief is if we are in the top 5, you have to take a quarterback. If you are in pick 6 through, I would say, basically 12, you have to take a quarterback. So anywhere from top 5, so basically from 1 to 12, you got to take a quarterback, in my view. However, once you start getting past 12, I'm taking all defense. I just want every defense. I want the most dysfunctional, nasty, outrageous defensive player I can find. The reason I believe that you have to take a quarterback first in that top 5, especially in the top 5, you can't take nothing else but a quarterback, is because when are you going to have the opportunity to be that high again to take the quarterback?
You suck the next year.
True. But to me, I'm looking at some defensive players in here, and to me, the reward of some of those defensive players don't have a higher reward value. What the hell was that?
I had a cough.
Oh, all right, good. But some of those rewards in terms of that's not as high as I would value it for the quarterback. I do like some of these quarterbacks in this draft, and so that's why I would do it that way. Let's see. I'm not 70. Y'all is crazy. Let me see. Mike G. Will. Let Gary take a nap, please. Man, we're going to leave him alone. The great one, Mike, says, with Patricia gone, we can now see if Underland was really calling the plays on defense, or was it Patricia? Thoughts? I think Underland started calling the plays after that game we had against the Cardinals. I think that was like the first game where he did it. But before then, it was definitely Patricia. Then in between games, Patricia would jump in and take over play calling and tell him, I want more of this, I want more of that. Like, he literally just could not get out of his own way, even when there was success and evidence that showed something different. So
I think when they started losing, Patricia took it back over.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
Job was on the line. He had to.
Mm-hmm.
It says, Cancel Body, explain to me why Joe Dow has not been back in the starting lineup.
I think it's due to the fact he's been banged up.
Yeah, and plus, I think they were already playing the game of putting everybody on IR anyway, trying to ease it. Now they're using IR as a way to get first dibs at re-signing a player when they get a new coach and GM. Mm-hmm. If the Lions win on Sunday, it means absolutely nothing. It would be a charade of a show. I ain't mad at you. Kubiak is a whopping 82-75. Let's see.
Wow, that's a losing ass coach.
we have to trade Kenny now. I'm sorry. We can get some draft capital for him. Nope. Trade deadline is passed, and you can't trade a man who's going to be a free agent once we get out of the season. Yep. They missed that chance.
Or sign and trade. You could do that.
Yeah, but they're not going to do that. We might trade Dacker for a few picks and a linebacker and go out and draft an O-lineman. That would just be dumb. I don't think they would go that far as being no. I don't think they would go that far. I think we need to rebuild because there's 0 athletes on this team. Not a rebuild, renovation. We have to rethink our terminology. Not rebuild. Like that's not it. So J-Mo is high tonight, huh?
Hey, he also attached to Jeff Okuda, bro. He not that guy. I'm trying to tell y'all, Amani Warrior will always be the better corner. You heard it here first, and that's why we not getting a pick for him. Like, that's why I want to pull the plug, because you got a guy who was drafted in the 5th round that probably will always be better than you. That's a problem.
Numbers J says trade Jamie Collins. I don't even know if Jamie Collins have any trade ability. I mean, the guy misses a lot of tackles. The only person you can trade him back to is New England. And New England would wait for you to cut him and sign him back. So, nope. Please trade Stafford. I'll take a 5th rounder. I'm not taking the 5th.
That was taken out of context. See, I never said Stafford should be for a 5th rounder. Luke was talking about that 5th round, 6th round thing with Everson Griffin. That's where that came from.
Yep.
So everybody kind of misunderstood. I wasn't saying Stafford for a 5th round pick.
Yeah.
Can I ask you guys, what do you value Stafford at as a
second round pick?
If we were to trade him, 2nd round pick. What about you?
3rd round. Quincy. So Quincy Bell, please check him out. He is a Bears YouTuber, but this dude does something that I love.
I hate the Bears.
Listen, but he follows every freaking
My wife's
college.
a Bears fan.
He follows every freaking college basketball game, and I love it. I don't miss nothing because of Quincy Bell Sports. So definitely check him out. MSU is 2-0 versus ranked teams this year, and it's 3-0 versus Ohio State Saturday. Quincy, we got to get you on the show. We got to get you on the show because obviously we play the Bears. So I will hit you up on either Twitter or Instagram, and we'll figure this out. So I'm trying to get you on, and I'm trying to get Bear Down back on at the same time, so we can kind of have like a little panel.
And maybe Val.
Maybe Val. Yeah, maybe Val come in. Val come in. These damn Bears. I
wonder how she feel when I told they were 5-0, and I told her y'all about to lose the next 5 games. Like,
she was not happy with you, J-Mo. She really wasn't.
I'm pretty sure.
Serious. She was really mad.
Larry Lander says, "Are you okay with a 4-year rebuild?" No, I don't think I don't think it takes 4 years to rebuild a team. Just like many people tried to convince me that it takes 3 years to rebuild and change culture. It does not. And so at that point, no, I'm not cool with a 4-year rebuild. Again, the word that we should not be saying is rebuild, it's renovations. We're not doing rebuilding, we're renovating. Yeah. At Detroit Lions on the Prowl. I think that was the first time I agreed 100% of what you said, laughing out loud. Numbers, we won't get much for Collins. Let's see. Drop a Cuda, are you high? Like they want to know what J-Mo is.
Hey, when Amani Warrior and Simmons is better than Okuda, you're gonna be like, why we draft him so high?
Oh my god. Man, yeah, if Bill Belichick and Bill Parcells under the same roof would be special. I think they had ties together too. I think Bill.
They are.
I think Bill Belichick came from Parcells.
They won 2. I'm about to say they won 2 Super Bowls together.
Right.
Yeah. Bill was the defensive coordinator for Parcells, if I'm not mistaken.
I couldn't imagine having that for the Detroit Lions. J-Mo, stay off of the weed.
Devin, you leave J-Mo alone.
Oh, yeah, come on now.
But like I told Devin, I didn't say trade him for a second. I said for a first. Y'all gonna learn, man. When the Okuda State getting torched, y'all gonna be like, damn.
You is man, y'all is I hate tonight. Listen, people, y'all ain't finna get me in no trouble. So listen, we gonna go ahead and get your final thoughts. I had so much fun today. I know it's the holiday time, so a lot of us have been really busy. So shout out to my other DSA members, the RachelMarieSports, the Real Detroit Lions fan with Real and Andrew. Shout out to Detroit Drew, CA3 Sports. We got so many members, man, it's ridiculous. So I'm trying to remember all these names. So don't kill me if I forget. we got diehard Lions. I mean, we got so many people, man, and we all just have fun.
Steele, yeah,
man, Kurt Steele, right? We had so much fun going back and forth doing this, but it's we could not be more excited to do this at all. And Quincy, I will be hitting you up to set up a day for us to talk about this game and get it squared away. So, final thoughts, man. Easy as the new member, give your final thoughts of the. Let's talk about it, man.
You broke up there real quick. You asked for my final thoughts, I'm assuming.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, give me your final thoughts of the day as the newest member of the DSA.
First of all, I like to thank God. Honestly, thank you guys for voting me in the DSA. But my final thoughts for the day, man, is I think we really all got to look at this as a sample size. It's a big moment with our franchise here. We have a 32-year-old quarterback who's getting paid $30 million a year. That's a lot of cap space he's taken up. A lot of these teams that have been winning these Super Bowls been on with quarterbacks on rookie deals, and I think we got to remember too, like you don't necessarily need a perfect or a great quarterback to win a Super Bowl. We've seen Eli Manning, we've seen Trent Dilfer, but my final thoughts is let's be very observant of this team going forward to find out if we're truly in a rebuild or not. Because if we're scrapping Stafford, then we're in a rebuild. If we're not, then we're in that renovation that my man Luke G keeps talking about.
That renovation, that's what we got to be in.
So I'm definitely just keeping an eye on it. I want to see some fight out of these guys. If not the fight, man, I'm ready to rebuild.
Okay. What are your final thoughts for the day, J-Mo?
All I gotta say is Daryl Bevel, I don't expect much from you, but if you lose to Mr. Trubisky, dog, like, look, I don't care what's going on with the team. Beat that bum bleep quarterback. Like, I am so tired of losing to this scrub. Like, for real. But besides that, most definitely shout out to my man SpeakEZ. Every time we add somebody to the group, it's always somebody that does something different and new, unique. He has his own following over there, been working hard on his own, so it's definitely good to add him to the group. And as always, pay Kenny Galladay. You know how it is.
Wow. You ain't gonna never let that one live down, is you?
Oh, I'm not, bro.
Listen, Jim, give me your final thoughts, man.
Yeah, I'm overwhelmed, man. We got a new member tonight. Really think that's a cool thing. He's a cool guy. Welcome to the DSA SpeakEZ. Appreciate you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate everybody in the chat who's rocking with us and stuff. It's been a very long day for me. I just want to say this, though. Speaking of the rebuild or the whatever it's going to be, Stafford's 32. Aaron Rodgers is 37. Why are we so caught up on him being 32? I still don't get it. I don't understand that. I probably never will.
The
back injuries.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers broke his collarbone twice.
Right. And his leg and his knee. And his okay. I don't want to talk all night.
I know.
Man broke his
Tyson
collarbone.
I don't want to talk all night.
Put Tony Romo out. My bad.
But yeah,
not the same injury.
I just don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we're going to use a whole lot of money in free agency. Why would you, unless you're going to get young players to put with a young core? I do think this is a rebuild. I do think eventually we need to get our next quarterback. Unfortunately, I think it should be this year, so he can sit maybe up underneath him, or maybe just to learn the playbook, to get acclimated to the NFL. It's not always just learning under another quarterback that it's good for you to sit for a while. So I think that's a good thing too. But hey, everybody, thanks for rocking with us tonight. Really appreciate each and every one of you in the chat.
Hey, absolutely. I had a different quote that I was going to go with, but in honor of Mr. Easy being the newest member and him loving some MMA, I decided to go a different route. So today's positive quote comes from one Conor McGregor. I'm going to give you two quotes because I think they work hand in hand. It says, be grateful in everything that you have, and you'll be successful in everything that you do. There is no talent here. There is hard work. There is an obsession. And what I find beautiful about these quotes is the simple part of him basically saying that I'm not the smartest, most athletic person here. I'm just going to outwork you. And it makes me wonder, for some of you who are listening today, when's the last time you just decided to outwork yourself? We too busy trying to compete with everyone else, but we're too busy losing to ourselves. When have you just outworked yourself and become grateful for everything that you have and that success that has come from what you have and that gratefulness? We spending too much time focusing on too many things with tunnel vision that has nothing to do with what our main goal is. Rather than focus on all the things outside of what we can see, let's focus on all the things that are within us. And let's be obsessed with it. You don't have to be the best at what you do, but you have to be the best at trying to beat yourself every single day. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for joining us on the show tonight. Thank you for coming on and giving us questions, answers, interactions, laughs, and all that, and then some. And most importantly, as always, thank you, Mr. SpeakEZ, for joining the DSA. And don't be no chump. Please do your research. We are out.